Hi, this is PR Sundar. Welcome to Dalal Street Week Ahead program sponsored by Delta.exchange. I think Delta.exchange must be happy because the cryptos are hitting all-time high every time. And now Delta.exchange also has an Indian operation, and I think many people are trading in through Indian entity. So if you are interested, you can see the description if you want to open an account with Delta Exchange. Now let us come back to the stock market. Last week, the market has actually broken down, and especially on Friday, on back of TCS results, the Nifty broke down the support level of 25,200. But although it has broken down 25,200, and there are few interesting things. Number one, it did not fall much below the support level. A second thing, the India VIX did not spike much. It was up just 1%, 2%. And still, India VIX around 12 is considered to be very, very low. So if the market has to continue to fall, the VIX should increase correspondingly, but that kind of VIX increase was not seen on Friday. And number three, the global cues are still very good. US markets are still somewhere around the all-time high. So all these indicate what has happened on Friday, probably a knee-jerk reaction to TCS results. So, number one bad news has come and the market has fallen. So that bad news has already been factored in. Now, will the market continue to fall or not? So for that only, we look at other factors like India VIX, global cues, and then support and resistance level, etc., etc. And despite Nifty falling more than 200 points on Friday, despite Nifty falling more than 500 points in the last 1 week time, 25,000 put is being added in huge quantities. So still people believe that though 25,200 is broken and 25,000 is going to be a very, very strong support. But at the same time, and the people are also selling 25,300 call option aggressively. 25,300 call closed around 75 rupees, and then 25,000 put option closed around 55 rupees. So put together, I think the total premium is about 130 rupees. So this shows that the markets are likely to take a very good support around 24,900 on the downside, and 25,400 is going to be a good resistance on the higher side. So that's because the strike price plus the premium that we have collected. So for the next 4 days, the view is that Nifty is likely to trade between 24,900 and 25,400. And then, this is just based on the open interest. But many times, in a slightly volatile market, the open interest doesn't say much. On top of all these things, today, the Trump has announced a 30% tariff against Brazil and European Union. But that was expected. In fact, during Friday market hours in US itself, the people were expecting. So that is why the US markets were a little bit weak, and even the European markets were also down. So this 30% tariff against the European Union and Brazil, probably most of it has already been factored in. And so overall, I can say our market is down but not out. So I still hold my view that 25,000 to 26,000 may be the range, for this week. But now, because the market has broken down, so we can bring down the upper end to even lower. So I would say, my expectation is that Nifty is likely to trade between 25,000 on the downside and 25,600 on the higher side. That's because the recent high is 25,600. Okay. And then next week is bound to be more volatile because of the global cues. And number one, Trump keep on, saying 40%, 30%, 35%, against many countries. So he is likely to announce more measures. So that is number one. And number two, the inflation data. Monday, inflation data is coming from India. And Tuesday, Wednesday, it is coming from US markets. So one consumer inflation data, the another one is producer price index data. So they're all like basically inflation data. Then some retail sales data, then Chinese GDP data. So there are many data releases due, and then the markets will be focusing on this data very much. So the Bank Nifty, is showing some kind of a resilience here. So as I told you, out of the four major indices, banks, FMCG, IT, and auto. So the hope of the bulls is only the banking stocks. So until next Thursday, some more corporate results are due, but mostly IT companies only. Tata Technology, Wipro, Tech Mahindra, HCL Technology, like that. So there are no major corporate results from other sectors. It was only IT sector. But however, after the market close on Thursday, Axis Bank will come out with results. So Thursday, Axis Bank, Friday, Reliance, Saturday, HDFC Bank and ICICI Bank. So there will be more speculation, more action towards the end of the week and the following week. But then first 4 days, maybe markets might consolidate because the market has already fallen, like Nifty has already fallen more than 500 points. So naturally, markets are likely to consolidate for a few more days before, breaking out further or going higher. So like you can have some kind of a negative bias, although GIFT Nifty closed about 30-35 point higher, but that can be, sold into immediately also. So we also do not know when this GIFT Nifty closed yesterday night, that is on Friday night. So this 30% tax tariff against European Union was not announced. So it's going to be more volatile. The volatility tend to be even more because as per SEBI report, the volumes are going down in Indian market. So less the volume, the volatility can be more. So it is time to be cautiously optimistic at this point of time. And we can take a firm view only after the end of next week when we have Axis Bank, ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank and Reliance results are out. So otherwise, there is nothing very big, okay? And my expectation is that it is going to be a consolidation. So that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you for watching.